Good morning, dear student. In the previous class, we have discussed about the nature of statistic, that is, statistic as a science or statistic as an art. In this class, we are going to discuss about the importance of statistics. Now, what is the use of statistic in the present time? We are going to discuss in this topic. In modern times, statistic is widely used. Statistic is now being used extensively by almost all in our society. It is useful to the bankers, workers, labor unions, trade associations, insurance company, auditors, social workers, political worker, politician, biologist, meteorologist, economist, research scholar, businessman, families, and there is a rare any part of the world which is unaffected by the statistics. The Now we can understand the importance of the statistic to the from the different these heading. Number first, it is useful for the bankers. Now there are different types of banks in the society. One you will find most commonly is the commercial bank, then mutual banks, then central bank. You will find the agricultural bank and the different types of bank. These bank collect the information or the data for the different purposes. So without statistic, these bank are of no use, or we can say if there is a no statistic, the function of the bank cannot be performed. So it has been pointed out the statistic is useful not only the businessmen but also to all those who are engaged in specialized business as well. A banker needs information so as to enable him to decide about the ratio of reserve, how much ratio reserve. If we talk about the reserve, there are two types of reserve: CRR, cash reserve ratio, and SLR, statutory liquidity ratio. A banker have to decide how much reserve he have to kept, it have to kept with itself, and there are different other things. So in a nutshell, we can say that the bank cannot operate without the use of statistics. Second, useful for the insurance company. Now you might have seen two type of insurance. One is the general insurance and another one is life insurance. Both of the insurance company depends upon the premium paid by the customer. This premium is also determined with the help of statistics. It means more incident or accident means more premium. So insurance company determines its premium by the mortality rate and the different statistical data. The statistic provides these type of information to the insurance companies so that they can easily determine the different aspect of the insurance companies. Third, useful to railways and other transport agency. There are roadways, railways, and airways and different ways of transportation. These transportation of the people and goods have some data. These data, for example, if we say the passengers increase ratio for aviation sector or the airbase sector in India is going to increase by 10%. So accordingly, aviation industry, or we can say Air India or SpiceJet or Interglobe Aviation, these aviation industry use this statistic as a increasing to their capacity. So these the statistic help these transport agencies to expand their business, grow their business, and increase the resources for their customer. Fourth one is useful to businessman. A general businessman is totally dependent upon the statistics, because per day sales, per day profit, and the wages, electricity bill, and the wages calculation, these different items depends upon the statistic. These information requires a statistic. So without statistic, a business cannot survive for a short time, within a day, within an hour. So the statistic going to help a businessman to deriving a conclusion, to determining the future course of action, and deciding the production, and maintaining the supply line, and forecasting the demand of the commodity, and a different aspect. So this is definitely going to benefit the businessman. Now again, useful to the economist. We can say economics is blind without statistics. If there is no statistics, economics is nothing. Economics cannot use a single cannot use uh, it's a simple application, because all of the application of the economics depends upon the data provided by the statistic. If we say 20% of the Indian population are below poverty line, this is the statistic, then only economics or economist make a suitable policy for these 20% poor people. So we can economist quoted that economics is blind without statistics. So statistic helps economists to determine sales policies and program, purchase policies, commercial activity, planning, organizing, coordinating, controlling, and other allied activities, and so on. Useful to planning. Now planning, what is a plan? Planning is looking into the future, what we are going to do in the future, that is a plan. And a plan is based upon the some statistical fact or some numerical fact. These numerical fact are provided by statistic. So without making a, so for example, if we say we are making a plan, just like a budget is a financial plan, which is a annual statement of income and expenditure of an individual, of a family, of a business enterprises, of an organization. If statistic provide the sources of income and the sources of expenditure, then only we are able to prepare a budget. Without the use of statistic, the planning is impossible. So statistic help in comparing the rate of development. Statistic inform about the importance of consumption, production, distribution, and their various levels, their need in the society, and their target for the future. Statistic measures the success and the failure, and thus knows the deviation and help in applying corrective measure. Statistic lets us know the priorities and the objective to which we can address in our society. Last not the least, useful to the state here means the government. We have the three types of the government: state government, state government, central government, and local government. All three government require a different data, requiring depending on related with the demography and other areas. Statistic provide these data so that these three government can make policies accordingly. So the government function also is blind, cannot be done without the help of statistic. So these are the importance of statistic to day our life. In the next class we are going to discuss about the function of statistics. For today, thank you and have a